The 10 peso coin of 1984 from the Philippines is a numismatic treasure that has captured the fascination of collectors worldwide. At first glance, it may look like just another coin, a piece of circulating currency from decades past. But in reality, this coin tells a deep story of history, politics, rarity, and value that elevates it far beyond ordinary money. Today, this 1984 issue has become one of the most sought-after and expensive Philippine coins, with certain examples commanding prices as high as 90,000 US dollars at auction. Let us begin with the context. The year 1984 was a turbulent time in Philippine history. The country was under the rule of Ferdinand Marcos, and the nation was experiencing severe economic and political challenges. Inflation, protests, and social unrest were widespread. In such a setting, even the smallest changes in coinage can carry symbolic meaning. The issuance of the 10 peso coin in 1984 came as part of a broader monetary series meant to represent national pride, but it also reflected the regime's attempt to solidify its authority. The coin itself carries strong symbols of Filipino identity. On the obverse, we find the profile of Apolinario Mabini, one of the country's greatest heroes. Known as the brains of the revolution, Mabini was a statesman, a legal scholar, and a key figure in the Philippine fight for independence. His inclusion on the 10 peso coin was not accidental. It linked the currency of the republic with ideals of courage, intellect, and sacrifice for the nation. Surrounding his portrait, the inscription Republica NG Pilipinas reminds the bearer that this was not just currency, but a piece of national identity. The reverse of the coin is equally significant. It features the official seal of the Bangko Sentral NG Pilipinas, the institution responsible for issuing and maintaining the integrity of Philippine currency. The year 1984 is clearly marked, cementing the coin in a specific historical moment. Unlike smaller denominations, the 10 peso coin was meant to have higher value in circulation and greater prestige in design. What makes this coin so extraordinary, however, is not just its design or historical context, it is its rarity. While millions of coins were minted in the Philippines during the 1980s, the 1984 10 peso is one of the hardest to find in pristine condition. Collectors have long debated whether a limited number were struck for circulation, with most pieces either lost, melted down, or never widely released. Because of this, surviving examples, especially those in excellent mint state condition, are virtually priceless to numismatists. Over the years, this coin has achieved almost legendary status in the Philippine coin collecting community. For everyday Filipinos who once used coins like this in markets and public transport, it may be hard to imagine that a single 10 peso could reach astronomical prices today. Yet rarity drives demand, and demand drives value. The story of the Philippine 25 peso coin is not just about money, it is about heritage, history, artistry, and the rare mysteries of numismatics. Today, we journey through the legacy of the 25 peso coins from 1949 and 1982 to extraordinary issues that have become legendary treasures. In the world of coin collecting, their value has reached astronomical heights, with certain specimens commanding up to 210,000 US dollars at auction. The Philippines, with its rich cultural and political history, has always used coinage as a reflection of national pride. Coins tell stories of independence, of heroes, of pivotal moments in the nation's journey. The 25 peso denomination holds a special place because it was not part of the ordinary circulating money. Rather, it was a coin reserved for commemorations, crafted with care to mark milestones that shaped Filipino identity. Let's begin with the year 1949, just a few years after the Philippines gained independence from the United States in 1946. The country was eager to showcase its sovereignty, The 25 peso coin of 1949 was minted in extremely limited numbers, primarily as a commemorative piece. It symbolized not only a currency unit, but also a proud declaration that the Philippines stood on its own, forging its future with resilience. This 1949 issue often celebrated figures of history, independence, and national rebuilding, struck with precision and artistry. Its silver composition, fine engraving, and large size made it stand apart from smaller denominations. Unlike everyday coins, the 25 piece of 1949 was never meant for daily transactions. It was a statement piece, one that collectors and patriots alike desired. Today, surviving specimens are incredibly rare, which explains why collectors are willing to pay fortunes, with certain pieces reaching tens of thousands and rare certified examples selling for over $210,000. Fast forward to 1982, more than 3 decades later. The Philippines was under a very different era, one dominated by the leadership of President Ferdinand Marcos. Once again, the 25 peso coin appeared, this time to mark another historic moment, a commemoration of national achievements and significant anniversaries. Unlike the post-independence 1949 version, the 1982 coin carried a different symbolism. It reflected the government's desire to project strength, continuity, and heritage. The 1982 issue was usually struck in precious metal and designed with national icons. Some featured the face of Jose Rizal, the national hero whose sacrifice lit the flame of freedom. Others bore the seal of the Republic, reaffirming sovereignty. Strikingly detailed, these coins were produced in small mintages, often for collectors or official ceremonies. Unlike circulating coins, their beauty and rarity meant they were preserved carefully, and over time, their scarcity only increased. Reports from International Numismatic Sales show that select examples of the 198410 peso coin have sold for staggering amounts, with top condition specimens valued at $90,000. This is not just a coin anymore, it has become an artifact, an investment, and a symbol of prestige for anyone fortunate enough to own one. Imagine holding a simple piece of metal, once worth only a handful of pesos in the 1980s, now equivalent to a luxury car or even a house. The value of the coin also reflects the passion of Filipino collectors. In the Philippines, numismatics has grown into a respected field, with communities dedicated to preserving, studying, and celebrating the nation's currency. The 1984 10 peso serves as a kind of holy grail for these collectors, representing the ultimate combination of history, scarcity, and cultural pride. There are also fascinating stories of ordinary people discovering these coins unexpectedly. Some have stumbled upon them in old family collections, in forgotten drawers, or inside dusty jars of loose change. For them, the discovery is life-changing. What once seemed like a worthless coin suddenly becomes a rare treasure worth tens of thousands of dollars. Stories like these inspire others to check their old coins carefully, fueling the excitement around this legendary 10 peso. Beyond the financial aspect, the coin represents a connection to history. The Philippines in 1984 was a nation at a crossroads, and its currency reflected both pride and struggle. Apolinario Mabini's image reminds Filipinos of the sacrifices of the past, while the scarcity of the coin itself reflects the instability of its time. Each surviving specimen is not just money but a silent witness to a critical moment in Philippine history. In conclusion, the Republica ng Pilipinas 10 peso coin of 1984 is more than a piece of metal. It is a bridge between history and the present, between struggle and pride, between currency and art. Its rarity has made it one of the most valuable Philippine coins ever struck, with prices reaching up to $90,000. For collectors, it is the ultimate prize. For historians, it is a reminder of a turbulent era, And for the Filipino people, it is a lasting symbol of national heritage and identity. So the next time you come across an old coin, take a closer look. That small piece of history in your hand may not only tell a story, it may also hold a value beyond imagination. Just like the legendary 1984 10-peso coin of the Philippines. But what makes both the 1949 and 1985 peso coins truly fascinating is not only their history, but also their rarity in today's numismatic market. The number of surviving coins is tiny. Many were lost, melted, or simply disappeared into private collections where they remain unseen for decades. The few that resurface at auctions ignite fierce bidding wars, with prices skyrocketing far beyond expectations. A 25 peso coin from these, years in uncirculated or proof condition, is a crown jewel for collectors. Certified and graded examples in top condition are so rare that when they appear, international collectors from America, Europe, and Asia compete to own them. It is in these moments that their value soars, with documented sales reaching up to $210,000. Now, why would a coin originally worth just 25 peso modest denomination be valued in the hundreds of thousands today? The answer lies in three things: rarity, condition, and historical significance. First, the mintages of these coins were tiny compared to circulating coins. Second, condition matters. A flawless proof with mirror-like surfaces is worth 100 times more than a scratched or worn example. And third, historical significance gives the coin life it connects it to. Milestones in Philippine identity. Think of it, a small piece of metal that once marked independence in 1949, and then, decades later, commemorated another chapter in 1982, now carries the weight of history. Owning such a coin is like holding time itself in the palm of your hand. It is not just a collectible. It is an artifact of national pride. Collectors who pursue these coins are often driven by passion. For them, it is not only about investment or money. It is about the thrill of owning something so rare, so steeped in history, that very few people on Earth can ever claim to have one. Each 25 peso coin carries a story: who first owned it, how it was preserved, how it traveled through time, and that story adds to its mystique. For the Philippines, coins like the 25 peso of 1949 and 1982 serve as silent witnesses to the nation's evolving journey. They remind us of the struggles after independence, the rebuilding of a nation, the pride of sovereignty, and the commemoration of heroes. They are a fusion of artistry and identity, minted in metal yet alive in memory. Today, when a 25 peso coin from those years appears at auction, it makes headlines. Collectors, investors, and museums all take notice. The excitement grows, the bidding climbs. And once again, the world is reminded of the Philippines' rich numismatic tradition. So the next time you come across a coin, remember this: even a small denomination can hide a story of immense value. For the 25 peso coins of 1949 and 1982, that story has transformed them from commemorative issues into priceless treasures worth up to $210,000. They are not just coins, they are history, heritage, and national pride struck in silver and preserved for eternity.